Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast. In tonight's episode, we're reacting to the Ballon d'Or announcement last night. Congrats to Ousmane Dembele. We want to talk about Dembele, we want to talk about the list, and we want to certainly talk about Erling Haaland coming 26th on this list. Let's get it, Christian. Okay, Christian, Ballon d'Or last night. Feels a bit weird. No Ronaldo, no Messi. Feels like that was just a massive part of our life. Obviously, the standard has reduced. We're going to talk about that. We're going to maybe have a little look back at maybe a unbelievable one in 2015 and compare the top 10 and see, is football getting worse or was that just a freak era? Firstly, let's talk about, obviously, Ousmane Dembele wins it. He was the hot favourite ever since they won the Champions League, PSG. He was their main forward. I want to come to you, really. I've not really spoke to you about this today. We've both been very busy, so quite an interesting one. I have no idea what your reaction is to this, whether you think Dembele should have won. Would you have picked Dembele yourself? What's your initial reaction to Dembele? Obviously had a good season, but where do you feel like Ballon d'Or winner? What's your take?
I think Dembele, first of all, congratulations to him. Huge achievement for him, and I think he was brilliant in some performances last year in the Champions League when I watched him. Like you said, he was hot favourite. I think my biggest issue is, Alex, look, when he signed for Barcelona and we saw the presentation and he's trying to juggle the ball and it's like falling away from him. Now, obviously, at that time, we were seeing Messi, Ronaldo still at their peak of their powers. If someone would have told you at that time that young man would go on to win a Ballon d'Or, I think everyone would be like, not a chance. Now, fair play to him that he has gone on and he has done really good things. I think my main issue with it is I've just got something to bring to you. Now, Dembele got 21 goals last year and 8 assists in the league. In the French league, that is, okay? Now, do you remember a certain guy called Nicolas Pepe?
Yes,
for Arsenal.
I do remember Pepe,
right, okay,
so the old celebration.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the goated watch-along. But Nicolas Pepe in the 18-19 season in League One got 22 goals and 11 assists. So that's one more goal, and he got 3 more assists.
They're not eye-popping, Dembele.
No, it's in the French league, and I think you've got to look at it that way. And I think my biggest issue with this is that if you're going to say, right, well, the winning criteria is that you've got to win the Champions League, and you've got to win your domestic league as well. So just say it's that then. Don't be saying this is about being the best player in the world anymore, because not one person in that room would sit there and go, Ousmane Dembele is the best player on earth.
Yeah, I've got a take on this. I think I know why this has shifted. And if you look back historically, and people could say social media has been an influence, I do believe that it is because of Messi and Ronaldo why this award has deflected from the best player in the world to the best player on the team that wins the Champions League. I really don't want to upset people here, and I know Ronaldo's got a massive fan base. I genuinely believe it's because Ronaldo had to find a way to win it.
Yeah.
Now, Ronaldo was never going to win it straight up to Messi because Messi's better at football. So what was the angle people had to create? Not just people, FIFA, because you thought, I can't just give Messi 13 in a row. Yeah. Okay, so Real Madrid win the Champions League. Well, let's give Ronaldo the Ballon d'Or that year. And I swear to God, because I tell you what, when Zidane was winning it back in the day, when Cannavaro won it, it was heavily weighted around international tournaments and who is the best footballer. Zidane was the best footballer. Zidane won it. Michael Owen won a Ballon d'Or. Mate, I don't think that was heavily weighted with European success with Liverpool back then. So I think that I honestly believe it's come from the Ronaldo-Messi thing where it's like, if you're giving it to the best footballer, Messi was the best footballer every year for his whole career. I think most people would agree with that. I know Ronaldo fans will disagree with that. But I just think that FIFA had to come up with an angle. So then it became, when Madrid three-peated, well, we'll give it Ronaldo because they got further than Messi's Barca.
He's the best player, yeah.
So I think that this new sort of is the best player on the Champions League team has come recently, to be honest. And what do you think about that firstly?
I think you're right. I think you're spot on with that because let's look at it this way, Alex. So if Arsenal would have beat PSG and Arsenal would have scraped the league past Liverpool, now who would we be looking for Ballon d'Or? Declan Rice?
Yeah.
Right now? We would.
It's
Alex,
a
we
great
would
point,
be.
Christian, yeah.
You've got to really look at it that way and simplify it down and go, right, well, Dembele, yes, he won the league in the French league, but, does that carry much weight? He won the league with PSG in France. So then it's like, right, but he did win the Champions League and he did perform in the Champions League. Right, well, Declan Rice did as well. And if they went and won it, well, then that puts him totally in the argument. Do you know what I'm saying?
They've created an issue. You're so right, by the way. I remember having an argument with one of my best friends here. It was 2021 when Messi had an unbelievable season for Barca, but they didn't really do much in the Champions League. It was the Koeman season when Messi was out of his mind. They won the Copa America. And my friend was saying that if Italy win the Euros, Jorginho should win the Ballon d'Or. And this was a problem where I think Jorginho came third that season.
Yeah,
because
I remember
Chelsea happened to scab a Champions League and Italy scabbed the Euros, and it's like, hang on a minute. Just want to go back to the Ronaldo thing. Ronaldo was a deserved winner, by the way. I'm just trying to come at you from a pure footballing angle. Straight up, Ronaldo has got a difficult task of beating Messi. So if you give a little bit of trophy weight to it, and in fairness, Ronaldo massively turned up in knockout rounds for Real Madrid. There's somewhere he got.
Yeah, he's goal scoring. We've never seen anything like it.
Two in the quarters. 2 in the quarters, 3 in the semis, 1 in the final. And when you're doing that, when Messi, in fairness, not all his fault, obviously, they had the Anfield choke job, the Roma choke job. So I do get it. I'm just talking, if you're talking pure football.
Yeah. If you're deeper thinking into how it's gone down this route.
So I think it's stemmed from that a little bit. And obviously Dembele has benefited from that. And maybe Mbappe leaving Christian, I don't know as well.
Fair point. Yeah, and I think, mate, there's obviously, look, it's, when a French player's there and they are going to be able to, I mean, you look at the list, it is heavily dominated by PSG players, which I don't have a huge problem with, to be quite honest, because I rate all of them that are on the list. I mean, we've got to sign one of them. Don't have a huge issue with it at all. I think the main problem for me is that to win this award, I think we've grown up in that era of Messi, Ronaldo, and none of us, look, me and you are both Messi, other people are all Ronaldo, that's absolutely fair enough. But I think, because going from that, and then you're seeing what we're now looking at, this new breed, it's hard to swallow, and it's hard to look at that list and be impressed and go, this is the state of football, because I really, mate, when I read that list, when you sent it me, I was shocked, but I also started thinking, well, I just think it's a sad state of affairs for football in general.
I mean, I can't believe Dembele has won the Ballon d'Or, and I mean this with all the respect in the world. And I would have always lent to Yamal, I'd have lent to Vitinha, I'd have probably lent Salah, I'd have lent Rafinha, and these are the guys I'm reading in the list here, just because I think they're better at football than Dembele.
Technically, all them names you've just listed are better at football than Ousmane Dembele.
I mean, even if Mbappe is better than Dembele, Nuno Mendes, obviously. So Nuno Mendes, Donnarumma, and Hakimi make up the top 10. They're defensive players.
Vitinha's better than Dembele.
I mean, how the list is Pedri 11th. Pedri's better than. So I know you're splitting positions here, but you look at that PSG team and you go, Kvaratskhelia came in jam, so you almost chalk him off already, which is a bit disrespectful, but I get it. Desiree Doué, nobody knew anything about. Are you going to get a midfielder winning it back-to-back years after Rodri? Probably not. So that chalks Vitinha off. So you're looking, who played number 9 for the best team in Europe, right? Give it him. And that's what this feels like. And
I agree.
Yeah, like I said, I just think that it's now too much team weighted. It's like you said it perfectly. If Arsenal won it, you're so right. What if Inter Milan won it? Because if you do a bit of scrolling in this list, I've got the 1 to 30 in here, and we'll go on a few of them. 25th is Denzel Dumfries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what so what are you telling me? If Inter Milan won it, he'd have been what? He'd have gone up 10. He'd have been top 15 in the world.
That's exactly what that's telling you. If he'd have got an assist and they win 1-0 in the final, he's looking at easily top 10. Maybe even nearer to being top 5, and that is how mad that list is. He'd probably come 7th or something like that. And it's like, really? Is this what we're holding it all on? Alex, why don't they just make it when there's no international tournament to go off, why don't they just make it player of the season for the Champions League? Because that's all it feels like. Because the French League has no weight. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but it really doesn't. If you are winning a French league with Paris Saint-Germain, well, they tell you themselves that if you only win the league and you don't do anything in the Champions League, they'll probably sack the manager.
Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Dembele did anything in the final in a 5-0 thrashing, did he, Dembele? I don't think he didn't get any, did he?
Yeah, I don't think he did, no, Doué. Yeah, I don't think he did.
So, look, I mean, it's not about that. No, Hakimi got one, didn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
Hakimi scored in the quarters
And then that
semi-final.
young
Give it
lad
him.
as well that came on. So yeah,
Yeah,
give
lad
him.
at the end. Yeah, did Dewey get two, maybe? Um,
Yeah.
so, look, Yamal is fantastic. Maybe age has gone against him. But that's the thing. You're giving this award out based on just nonsense. Like, it's like if Barca won the Champions League, Yamal would have won it. It's a team sport. This isn't tennis. You can't be going, if Yamal's better than Dembele at football, Yamal should win it, right? I don't get this,
Yeah.
like, because
It's at the
PSG
end of
had
the
a
day,
better team. Like,
it's an individual. Right. What annoys me about the Ballon d'Or, Alex, is they have all these awards, and it's like they have team of the year, they have keeper of the year, and all that. Right. So if you're doing team of the year, then I've no problem with PSG getting that. But
mm,
then don't be using the same argument, the same narrative to go and give it someone just randomly in the team. At the end
yeah,
of the day, you could. What I like about the Ballon d'Or, what I did like, is that you could look at Lionel Messi, you could look at Zidane, and you're like, they are players that just bring something out of you, and you're like, fucking hell. Even if they're playing
yeah.
my side and they're putting them to the sword, I
Mm.
can't help but admire it. Now, Ousmane Dembele doesn't really give anyone that. Come on, I don't think there's many people that could comment and go, no, I get that from Dembele. I don't think you do.
No, it's a damning reflection on where football is at the moment. I like Yamal, Vitinha. I think Salah is a bit underrated. I think he does
Salah,
bring
Alex, I
a
think
bit more to
Salah
it.
is so unlucky that he's never got one.
I mean, Salah fourth, right? I mean, look, is that right? Salah coming out the top three after last season? I mean, the Prem is the
Yeah,
hardest. Let's put it this way, Christian. Let's go even one step further than your Arsenal versus PSG argument. Liverpool lost to Paris on penalties because of Donnarumma, right? So if Liverpool got past
yeah,
PSG, are you telling me Salah is the best player in the world then? Because then Donnarumma should be winning it because he's the one that's handed Dembele this, isn't he?
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's madness. It's all these intangibles. Just strip it back to what it was before Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Nobody cared how far Real Madrid got. Zidane was the best player in the world, done. Michael Owen, you can agree with it or not. Nobody cared what Liverpool were doing. They certainly weren't winning the Prem, and he won one.
This
So,
is it. This is it, Alex. Like, would you really care, right? So say there's a young player that plays for Villarreal, right? They randomly blow up. They end up winning the league, but they get nowhere in the Champions League. But this lad has absolutely blitzed it, and his performances, everyone's like, my
mm,
fucking god. I have no issue with that lad winning it. You know what I mean?
no,
I know this is just a made up argument, but that's where I come from. I
mm,
prefer to be able to look at the Ballon d'Or winner and go, fuck me. I mean, I can't help but enjoy watching him myself. I wish he played
yeah.
for my club. I don't want to be looking at it going, like that Jorginho thing. I'm sorry. If that is what is winning the Ballon d'Or, then it loses any credibility to me. I don't
You've
think it
got,
is.
yeah.
I think, Alex, here's my standpoint. I think Player of the Month in the Premier League holds more weight than the Ballon d'Or currently because I think it's more fairly
Mm.
represented. And most of the time, when I see Player of the Month in the Premier League, I don't really disagree. Every time I seem to see a Ballon d'Or win, I'm
Mm.
like, oh, or especially when I see the full list.
It's got so bad. Do you remember when Liverpool beat Barca in the semi-final? They came back from 3-0 down and won it, and then they went on to
Yeah,
beat Spurs in the final. And obviously, Messi was by far the best player in the world. It's one of the best individual seasons we've ever had. But Barca choked, Liverpool didn't. Liverpool win it. The interview in Van Dijk going, "Do you think you're going to win the?" Do you think you're going to win the Ballon d'Or? And he went, look, oh, Messi's better than me at football, if that's what you're asking. If they want to give it me, fine. But you've got a player there
yeah,
going, your narratives that you're building are a load of bollocks. Messi should win it.
yeah,
And this is the thing of, like, I'm sure that wouldn't happen now because you've not got a Van Dijk versus Messi, really. Like, Yamal, Dembele, Salah, they could all sit in a room and go, I think I'm better than you. But it's
yeah.
sort of personal taste and a little bit
It's
why
individual.
team achievement has come into it. Let's get into this list. I mean, I'll tell you what, let's go straight to number 26. I mean, I pointed out Denzel Dumfries came 25th. There should be, when this list is produced and finalised, and before it goes out, France Football release the Ballon d'Or list and award Dembele, they should get this list on a screen and they should get whoever votes. Is it journalists, coaches? I don't even know anymore. Whoever vote for this award, and they get the list up and they go, oh my God, Denzel Dumfries is ranked higher than Erling Haaland. There should be some sort of asterisk where they go, we need a revote. I'm sorry, I don't know what you lot have done. If you've split the votes between Haaland and Mbappe, you need to go back and rethink this. We cannot release this list. And let's not just stop at him, by the way. Serhou Guirassy. What? Because he got a load of group stage goals in the Champions League. And this Champions League shit, Christian, I'm sorry. You get 8 group stage games. 5 or 6 are against real European dross now. So you can
Yeah,
rack Guirassy. I don't know who he scored them
yeah. You can
against.
start pad.
Did he do some stat padding in the groups? Well, so he's Serhou Guirassy is ranked 5 places over Erling Haaland. Come, Lautaro Martinez. Oh
Alex,
my
again,
God.
mate, I just wanted to say something on this, yeah. So, Erling Haaland, 26. Now, if you look at the names above him now, I wasn't really concentrating on the other positions because people could argue with me on that one and say it's not about that. All right, fair enough. All right, well, we'll go with the number 9s then on the list. So, you're going with Lewandowski, right? Current version of Lewandowski above Erling Haaland. You're going Guirassy. You're going Lautaro. Now, Alex, no one in world football is going, right, well, yeah, I'll take Guirassy currently over Erling Haaland. No one is doing that. No one says the same for Lewandowski. It's just I'm a bit bewildered with it, and it does just seem like it's losing any sort of credibility, especially putting Erling Haaland. Alex, he got 34 goals in 48 appearances last season. Forget all this bullshit that you hear on Sky Sports and are you going to improve from last season's dip? I'll tell you what, if I was Haaland in these interviews, I'd be like, I'm sorry, mate. Do you want to read out my fucking numbers from last year, from this terrible season you're all blitzing me for? Because I was still pretty close in terms of where the Golden Boot was, and 34 and 48, it ain't too bad, if you ask me.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think him and Salah are becoming really. I don't know if it's a Prem thing. I don't know what it is. But I mean, this is the thing. I want to speak from a rival fan's perspective here on Haaland and how I feel going into derbies. And obviously, he scored 2 last week. Since Haaland has been at City, I've been going into derbies fearing Haaland.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody can relate to this, whether you support Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal, whoever you support, you can relate to this feeling of going in and going, oh my God, can we just get through this? FA Cup finals, terrified. Absolutely terrified. Every minute, because Haaland's a unique player. You don't know how well or bad he's playing for an hour, and then Bosch goal, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So I am not, look, I am not sitting there. If Lautaro Martinez is against United Old Trafford, he might get one, he might not. I'm not sat there panicking. I'm not up all night thinking about it. Even like you said, this version of Lewandowski. Victor Gyökeres, I think he was the right guy for Arsenal. I ain't sitting up all night over Gyökeres. I'm sorry. Kane is good. Kane's nowhere near the level of Haaland now. You can forget it. And then you're getting into this list. I noticed somebody sneaked in this top 10 from the Prem. A little Club World Cup selection. Cole Palmer. Come on, mate. Cole Palmer since Jan, he barely scored, didn't he?
I know.
I
remember that.
In a glorified friendly in the Club World Cup, and he's the 8th best player in the world. Come on.
I think that's where it's going to. But guess who else scored in that Club World Cup, Alex? Guirassy got 4. And that's the thing. And I think if you look at that list, you start to be a bit like, oh, when you do a little bit of research, you're like, oh, it's a bit more worrying now because you're noticing where these votes are fucking coming from and which performances they've been watching. The thing is, Alex, when you're looking at Erling Haaland currently, and you're looking at Kylian Mbappe, and the names, it's never really an argument when you talk to a decent, football fan with half bit of good knowledge. You're going to come up with very similar names in terms of who you would have in your 11. Now, the Balon d'Or is just fucking madness. And this is meant to be the most credible source. It's meant to judge them over a year, and it's meant to be, well, we can't really argue with that. You know what I mean? The most respected journalists in the world are voting for this. I'm sorry, Alex. There's names on that list, and Erling Haaland being at 26 and certain names being far ahead of him is egregious. It's fucking terrible.
Seriously, I think you can get some players who come in and have an amazing season. Rafinha, I'm not upset about Rafinha. I know he's got this. He was playing for Leeds a few years ago. He was brilliant last year. No problem with that.
Yeah.
Mbappe and Haaland should be top 5 right now. I don't care where City came in the Champions League. I don't care where Madrid came. I don't care. Mbappe and Haaland should be in the top 5 Ballon d'Or. It's just like, never mind top 10.
No, yeah, I agree. They're foiling their own argument, though, because what is it coming about, right? So say Totti, back in the day with Roma, say a player comes through and it's just their boyhood club, but they are undoubtedly one of the most talented players in world football, but their team just isn't good enough. Maybe they've not got enough money. Maybe they can't go into the market and buy other great players. But that player is loyal as fuck to them. And he is never rewarded with an individual accolade because we just go, oh, well, there's a much better team than you and we're going to give it a player with a lot less ability individual-wise than you. But, this is it. Well, all you're doing then is actually rewarding teams for going out spending, and then the guy's loyalty means nothing because he can never win an award that really he should be up there with.
Exactly. No, you're so right. I mean, I just don't get some of this list. I mean, let's come to number 18 here. I'm really just can't. This has got to be one of the worst ever, right? Top 20 Ballon d'Or placements. He probably embarrassed himself. Scott McTominay. Oh my God. I am
Yeah.
floored by this. I'm sorry. Like, fair play, Scott. I'm sure, you can celebrate this with your family. You must be sat there celebrating in absolute just shock and horror that you're in the top 20 players in the world.
And not only that, Alex, Scott McTominay is higher than Jude Bellingham on this list, I might add.
So you're right. You're grouping players against a brilliant example. Look, Bellingham is considerably better than Scott McTominay. Fabian Ruiz is considerably better than Scott McTominay. You're doing the right thing there. You look at Gyökeres being 11 places higher than Haaland. Ridiculous. Scott McTominay is not one of the best players in the world. I don't care what he did in Serie A. He is not. I watched a game. And look, I've watched a lot of Scott McTominay. I've probably watched most of his United games in his career. There's probably 200 of them. And seriously, I reckon there's been a handful where I would have given him over 6.5, 7 out of 10. This guy is not a top 20 player in the world. What did he get? I don't know, 12 Serie A goals. Come on, what are we doing here? Do you know, Christian, this is the thing with that league, and I'm getting a bit sick of Serie A. And you could say the same with the Prem with Chris Wood, but people are just going on social media and going, Scott McTominay got, let's just see how many goals. He got 12 goals for Napoli. Brilliant, well done. Wasn't Moise Keane second top scorer? You know, the failed Everton striker who could barely string a pass together in the Prem. Wasn't he in the top 3 Serie A goal scorers from last year? You think I'm giving a shit about 12 goals from McTominay? Yeah. Where do you stop then?
Alex, 12 goals in the Serie A has caused absolute havoc in Man United's transfers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
that's balls them over spectacularly. I mean, if you look at this, mate, I saw this before, and look, I didn't have time. Been so busy today, so I didn't have time to actually fact check this, but it sounds about right. And I think McTominay is officially now United's best player since Cantona in terms of a Ballon d'Or.
Wow.
If that is true, that is astonishing. I mean, I'm surprised because I thought surely Rooney must have gone higher than this in the Ballon d'Or rankings at some point.
Since Cantona?
Yeah, that's what it said. I mean, surely there's so many.
Well, Ronaldo won it.
Did Ronaldo win it at United?
Yeah, and he was.
Did he win it? Was that the 08 season?
Yeah, and he was top 2 the next, top 3 the previous.
Right.
He came second to Kaká. Ronaldo was top 3 definitely. Rooney would have been top 10. Yeah, I mean, I get the point. I mean, he's probably.
He's going to be up there with some of United's better.
It depends where maybe Vidic might have landed in some of those Prem wins. I don't know whether maybe I don't know. It's hard to say. Look, the fact he's 18th in itself is ridiculous. I have no idea how that's even happened. I mean, Alexis McAllister's 22nd, Bellingham 23rd, Fabian Ruiz 24th. This should be on a screen, and they're going, right, before we release this monstrosity, can everybody accept that we need to move Scott McTominay out of the top 30 because this is just an abomination? I watched United Burnley. I remember the game. It was probably 2 years ago to the date. I was on holiday and I watched United Burnley. It was Ten Hag. And I am not joking now. It's one of the worst United performances I've ever seen away at Burnley. And it's the first half. If anybody might remember this, he couldn't string a 10-yard pass together. He couldn't control the ball. I watched him last week against City. Okay, you got a man sent off. He's crap. He's not good. 18th. Scott McTominay 18th is one of the worst Ballon d'Or listings I have ever seen in my life.
It is grim. And this is the sad thing though, Alex. So when you're looking at that list and you're like, well, who would you be putting in? Obviously, they've got the order spectacularly wrong. There's no argument there. But if you do actually look at the players that are about these days, it's like Palmer being in the top 10. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, yeah, of course, the order again is incorrect. But at least he's technically a good footballer.
Yeah,
I genuinely think, Alex, that how far footballers fell from the names we used to see. When Bayern Munich had Robben, we had Hazard, we had Alexis Sanchez, Mane, Salah. There was stars everywhere, Silva, De Bruyne. And now we're looking at this and we're like going, Cole Palmer's top 10. Like you said, Alex, post-Jan, we were like, when is this guy ever going to score again? You know what I mean? Mate, there is huge problems in football. And then you're looking at Guirassy getting in there, sneaking in. Mate, it is a bit of a sad time.
You've sort of segued into it. Let's have a look. I pulled just a random one, but obviously I remember 2015 being a good one. Obviously Messi won it, Ronaldo was second, Neymar was third. Those three are insane. Neymar being third is unbelievable. Then you have Prime Lewandowski, you have Luis Suarez, prime Suarez. You have Thomas Muller and Manuel Neuer. Bayern were unbelievable under Guardiola. You have Hazard, then you have Iniesta, then you have Sanchez, then you have Ibrahimovic. That list there, from Messi to Zlatan, who was 11th. Zlatan was 11th, by the way. I am really looking at this list, 1 to 10 from this year. I think all 11 place higher in 2015.
Yeah.
I don't think Dembele, who's won it this year, would come 12th in that. Even if you pick his season and put it in 2015, 21 goals, like you said. What did Zlatan get that year? I'm guessing it was ridiculous. And what was Neymar the MSN stats in La Liga? Ronaldo would have got 50. We know that by absolutely given, maybe more, because Ronaldo had that odd season where he got 49 league goals, man. So that Ronaldo that year could have got 60. We don't even know.
This is the thing. And
Eden Hazard was 8th in 2015, Christian. He is a better footballer than everybody on that top 10 by a distance, by the way.
100%.
Maybe Mbappe.
There's no arguments. And I think it is one of the... I mean, there's a few that missed out. I'd say Valverde, Alvarez not being on there, Guirassy being on there, just fucking madness.
Julian Alvarez in place, yeah.
Yeah, Julian Alvarez in place, which I just find absolutely ridiculous, phenomenal, really. Because again, when did it become about? These guys, they're football journalists. Their sole job is to watch football. I don't understand how they...
Lautaro Martinez got over Julian Alvarez in the Ballon d'Or rating, and he came 20th, by the way. He didn't scrape in at 30th.
Now, you ask any Argentinian who they're going to have as their number 9 going forward for future seasons, they're going to tell you Julian Alvarez. I mean, let's be honest. I think there is a bit of an issue with the Ballon d'Or and disrespecting clubs that they play for. See, if Julian Alvarez transfers to Barca when they get rid of Lewandowski, guarantee he will be in that list year in, year out. And I think this is a bit of an issue where players are disrespected due to who they play for.
100%, yeah.
And it does annoy me. And the further it's going on, okay, the level of football has dropped. We've not got as many impressive players from years of the past, like you just read out that insane list. But I think, mate, they've got to sort this out in terms of how they're ranking this, or improve the credibility before all is gone with this award and no one gives a shit anymore. The thing is, there was uproar last season with the whole Rodri thing. At least Rodri is a world-class player. Yeah, no, I'm not getting into all that. I whether Rodri deserved it or Rodri didn't. But Rodri, in his own right, and if you look at how instrumental he has been in Manchester City's most dominant era, you can't have too many arguments. But Alex, some of the names that are now getting floated about and near to that top spot is just straight up egregious. And you're just like, is this really where we're at now?
I mean, you're right. I mean, the thing with Rodri as well is at least he can verge on like sort of, I know in NBA it's MVP, so most valuable player award, which is slightly different wording, but essentially it goes to the best player usually on the best team. That's kind of the same thing. NBA going a little bit that way. But if you go most valuable player, Rodri can have a serious argument for that. Look at City without him. I mean, I know he's back at the minute, but he's obviously nowhere near the player he was. When you lost him last year, my God, you were all at sea and you've not really steadied the ship still. So some of these, look, I'm sorry, you take out some of these players. What are you telling me? I mean, Cole Palmer was missing since Jan anyway, so how can he be the MVP? He wasn't that valuable to Chelsea because he did nothing since Christmas. Look, man, it's absolutely insane. I don't know what to do with this list. I mean, Haaland 26, Christian.
Haaland 26 is just a straight up monstrosity. And to be honest, in terms of anyone respecting this award going forward, I tell you what, when you're looking at this, Alex, you said it before about people maybe being embarrassed they're in front of others. So you're going to have Guirassy, you're going to have Gyökeres. Gyökeres has a bit of an ego, so maybe he would wrongly think he should be above. You got Lewandowski. I guarantee some of them are a bit like, where are you? You're 26. You know what I mean? They're going to be a bit like, I'm a bit lost, mate, because I follow you on Instagram. You don't even follow me back. You don't even know who I am. You know what I mean? It's fucking mental.
I mean, you would imagine that some of these people are sat around having a meal, celebrating with their family, cracking a bottle of champagne going. I mean, if Denzel Dumfries hasn't just collapsed last night when he found out he's ranked higher than Haaland, I mean, either he's he's got the best people round him filling his head with sawdust, or he has no idea who Haaland is. I mean, honestly, Denzel Dumfries last night, he knows Haaland's not come up yet, and his name comes up before him. He must have fell off his chair. I mean, I am stunned. If the thing is as well, because the 25th and 26th, they're next to each other. Like, if you look up, Garashi is 21st, so you kind of have to do a bit of scrolling.
Yeah.
If you're just going, you can see at a glance, Dumfries 25th, Haaland 26th. What are we doing here?
Do you think, Alex, that the way football has gone in terms of it's more like robotic, and I would put a little bit of that on Pep. I think Arteta is a perfect disciple of that, and we're losing that flair ability because it's being trained out of these young lads that maybe do possess it at a young age, and then suddenly they're just part of a cog in a system that's very successful. And I do think it's an issue because if you look at the new breed of players we've got, is there anyone? This is why Cherky was being hyped about because it's like, oh, he's something a bit different. He's a bit old school. Now, whether Cherky can ever live up to any expectations or get to that level, we don't know yet. But it is a bit frustrating, Alice, because I used to love watching players from abroad. And do you remember when, watching Champions League matches wasn't as easy or accessible as it is now, and you'd get to see these foreign players in the highlights, and you're like, fuck me, like they've got that flair, something special. And we're just not seeing enough of it these days.
You try and think, don't you? Like, God, is it just nostalgia? Is that what I'm suffering with? But it's not.
I don't think this is
because I'm looking at this. I mean, even like Desiree Doué, 14th. Nobody even heard of him 18 months ago. Where would I'm just looking at this list from 2015. I mean, let's just pick Alexis Sanchez, who was playing for Arsenal at the time.
What a player as well.
10th. You were talking there, you're kind of leaning towards give me the ball and get out of the way. There's only really Mbappe in this list because Salah relies on situations that Liverpool, designed for him. Mbappe's the only one where you can go, right, realistically, give me the ball and I might be able to do something, but it's not like to the level of Sanchez.
Exactly. And that's where it's stupid with Haaland being as low ranking as he is. Because, yes, Erling Haaland is not like that. I'm not daft. I know he's not one of them where he can just get it on the wing and blitz past everyone and score. But in terms of he can make things happen, look at that game in the Emirates. He drops deep, easy pass in, spins around the corner, bang, goal. Now, that is making things happen from nothing. That was all Erling Haaland. You know what I mean? And if you are looking at a list, you've got to respect that. And to me, it's been disrespected. I mean, Alex, alone, Erling Haaland, he got 22 goals in the Premier League in 31 appearances. And this was his bad season that people have hammered him for and said, is he going to improve for this year? Needs to be better. I mean, at the end of the day, come on, what level are we holding this guy to? Yes, his first year was phenomenal. He still scored 34 goals in all competitions. To have been that low in that award is disgusting.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And where's Isaac? I've just realised, where's Alexander Isak?
Isak's another one. So Isak, Julian Alvarez. Mate, I don't know what these guys are watching. I like Denzel Dumfries, by the way. I really do. I think he's a good player. But in terms of, like you're saying, unless people are filling his head with just complete bollocks, he's going to look at that list and be shocked.
McTominay's the one in it, because where did Napoli get in the Champions League? Because were they even in it last year? I know they won Serie A fair, but I mean, Newcastle coming fourth is a mint achievement. Isaac was mint. Where's Isaac?
I mean, for me, it's just getting a bit of a joke because the more you see him with, like I was saying before, it kind of coincides with that. If you are going down this robotic route of football and it's that teams are winning games and there's no real standout performer who goes, give me the ball, I'll sort the rest like an Eden Hazard, then you're going to end up year in, year out with this Ballon d'Or list of winners becomes a fucking joke after Messi. Because it's going to be like, right, well, Chelsea won it that year. They got over the line in the Prem with a great system and they won the Champions League as well. Oh God, what are we going to do? It's going to have to be, it might have to be Palmer, or it might have to be Enzo. You know what I mean? And this is the conversations you're creating by your own metric. So why don't you abandon this now? Get rid of the bullshit, and we don't mind if a fucking Valencia player's up there because if they rightly deserve to be so, they should be on the list, Alex.
100%. I mean, look, where's Pedri 11th?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Pedri's got to be higher. Pedri's elite. Pedri's as good as Vitinha, if not better. I don't mind Vitinha being top 3. Pedri 11th? Come on now. João Neves 19. João Neves came below McTominay. Come on, mate.
I think the thing is, Alex, Oh my God, is that true? João Neves what, sorry?
João Neves came 19th. McTominay was 18th. Like,
Oh, these aren't respected journalists. They're not watching fucking football. Jesus, wet man. That had actually skipped me. That I didn't realise he was that low.
every time I sort of check the list, something else.
Yeah, something new annoys you. Yeah, mate. It's crazy, and I think it is a shame when you look of the past. And we been spoiled. Yeah, possibly. But I also think they need to be doing their fucking. They can't be doing this list just being straight up negligent. And
no, you're right.
Ultimately,
mate.
what you're going to create is their own award by their own metric will mean nothing soon. And I tell you what, Alex, it's got 2 more years in this, that if they do another silly 2, I don't think anyone gives a shit. Real Madrid are already saying they're not turning up to stuff. So, you know what I mean? We won't turn up unless we win it. Which, by the way, I don't agree with that. They're just wankers. No. But I do also think that they really need to sort out this before it becomes a bit of a piss take, really.
They need to clear up the metric. Like stop this. Whoever got man of the match in the Champions League, just hand it out then. Oh, fuck you. You won man of the match tonight, cock. There's the Balon D'or.
I don't actually know. I didn't fact check any of Kvaratskhelia his stats from last year, but I tell you what, he was impressive in every match I watched him. He was electric against Arsenal. Instrumental for that PSG side. Now, how far is he off? Is he off the number 1 spot?
Well, exactly. He's 12th, so way off.
So he's 12th, and Dembele's won it.
Doesn't make sense.
But if you ask a PSG fan that watches them week in, week out,
they might go Kvaratskhelia is better. Yeah,
they might actually. There's an argument now. Back in the day, Alex, if you had someone at Barcelona that
Messi, Neymar.
Messi, Neymar, someone like that, and Messi wins by a mile and Neymar is further back, or not even Neymar, Alex, maybe like a Rakitic or someone like that. Now, Rakitic is not going to be absolutely fuming and go, that's a bit of an argument. No Barcelona fans are going to be, tearing each other's hair out over that. It's just simple. Messi's the best. Why are we creating this issue where we're actually all arguing?
Well, you think about 2015, it flows really well because you've got Messi 1, Neymar 3, Suarez 5. I think that's a great flow. Those 3 were amazing. Ronaldo, obviously, 2nd, gets his plaudits for an unbelievable season from him. Lewandowski was probably amazing for Bayern that year, came 4th. That's the top 5. And then you fill the rest out with, your Iniestas in there. Like you said, Iniesta isn't miles behind Rakitic. Rakitic knows his place. Iniesta's there. Rakitic will be somewhere in that list. I'd imagine maybe 20th. Look, man, it's fucking mad. What do people think anyway? Let's open it up to the comments. I want people to let us know in the comments what you think of Dembele. And obviously Haaland and anybody else in the list that you're really, really upset about.
There's something else as well, bro, right? So we obviously see now Ronaldo and certainly, Messi is not making this list. Now, you go down that list, right? And apart from being more athletic, no player on the list is better than Lionel Messi at this point in his career, and I'm not even joking. Yeah. Technically, he's still better than all of them. Why is he not in front of Denzel Dumfries? Yeah. Why is Guirassy on the fucking list and Messi isn't? Because he plays in America. So what? Who cares? He's already proved it on every stage. Doesn't really matter where he's currently deploying his trade. He is still deserving of that list. Any idiot that tells me that Guirassy should be on that list and Messi shouldn't currently, have a fucking word with yourself.
I think you're right. I mean, look, he's obviously it's the fatigue voting now, isn't it, with Messi, where it's like, right, he's finally out of there.
They've done this thing with Ronaldo and Messi, Alex, and they've gone, right, we're going to have to do this it together, and we're going to have to leave them both out.
Yeah,
and this is how it's gone. But realistically, I am not having... So what would be funny, Alex, if they go to the World Cup and they win it, and Messi's the best player in their team again, what the fuck are they doing then?
He'll have to win the Ballon d'Or.
He'll have to win the Ballon d'Or, but he's not top 26. Denzel Dumfries and fucking Guirassy are in front of him, mate.
Better a year ago, yeah.
Oh, God. And by the way, that is very possible that he could go and do that. None of us would be that shocked.
Argentina are tough, man. I mean, that's it. Obviously, they put Messi in situations. I mean, Portugal are great. I mean, what do you do if Cristiano wins it? Is he going to win the Ballon d'Or at 42? Because let's be honest,
this is it. By their own metric, Alex, they will have to then.
If Portugal win it and Ronaldo does get the odd goal, I don't know what sort of Ronaldo we're going to get, but he is still pretty good in the box. What are they going to do? Give an Al Nassr play? Well, Portugal won the World Cup. We're not going to give it to João Felix. Cristiano, there you go. 42-year-old Ronaldo comes up and wins it. Because
Alex, but they've created this for themselves.
Because you're right. If
if
Portugal
that
or
did
Argentina
happen,
win it, them two win it. If Portugal or Argentina win the World Cup,
100%.
Messi or Ronaldo is winning the Ballon d'Or at 39 and 41, 42, whatever Ronaldo did.
For sure. And if a freak happened, though, and they hadn't gone down this route, they wouldn't necessarily have to give it to Messi or Ronaldo. You know what I mean? If it was just a freak thing that happened.
Yes.
But now, by the system that they are going by, either one of them have to win it. And let's be honest, you look at Portugal, you look at Argentina, it's like, well, both of their names are firmly in the hat to win it. You know what I mean? Argentina are the holders. No one's backing against them.
Nah, facts, man. Yeah, really interesting. What do people think about that? Definitely let us know in the comments what you think. If Portugal or Argentina win the World Cup in under a year now, a Messi, Ronaldo winning another Balon d'Or, because that's the metrics they've created. Christian, very good to talk to you, mate, as always. And I really want people to let us know what they think about this list. I think we've given you a bit of an overview, particularly around Erling Haaland being number 26 is shocking. And I'm certainly not staying up at night worrying about Guirassy or Scott McTominay in the opposition team. But Erling Haaland gives me nightmares still. I'm counting down the days to the next time, really.
You know what, Alex, you know what United will go and do? They'll go and sign Guirassy in the summer for 100 mil.
True, yeah. Well, we'll be loading these stats up.
Or will they re-sign Scott McTominay with that fucking favourite number of yours in that league?
I wouldn't take McTominay for free, and he's the 18th best player in the world. I know, I'm not bullshitting here.
Yeah, I know you're being serious, yeah.
I wouldn't take him for free. Ridiculous. Anyway, Christine, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it, as always.
Cheers, bro.
I don't know if we're going to get back on this week. It might be Saturday. If it's Saturday, join us for the watch-alongs. I think we've got United at 12:30. We've got City at 3 p.m. Please join us. It'd be great. If not, we'll see you next week on the podcast. Appreciate you all for listening. Catch us on the next one.